Hi, welcome to Pleasure Sports. Today we're going to take a look at the Billabong SG5 654mm neoprene wetsuit. And the 654mm neoprene is actually distributed throughout the suit in critical areas. So the thicker neoprene is going to be in the core so that your chest and back are warm. And then the 5mm neoprene is going to be typically in the legs. And the 4mm neoprene is typically in the hood and in the arms, where you need the most articulation and motion within the suit. One of the great things about this high-end wetsuit that Billabong has made is that it actually integrates some of the lightest neoprene and the stretchiest neoprene available on the market. And I can give you a little bit example. It's actually called ZG Superflex 400 neoprene, and I'm stretching 4mm neoprene like it's a rubber band. And that's because they've used that ZG Superflex 400 neoprene throughout the entire design of the wetsuit. From a construction standpoint, you're looking at a glued and blind stitched wetsuit. So first the neoprenes were glued together and then a blind stitch was applied. And then an exterior weld was put on the outsides of the seams. So what we're really looking at here on the seam construction is a watertight wetsuit. And again, because of the integration of the Superflex 400 neoprene, even with the welded seams, you've got an extremely gummy wetsuit here. Another innovation in this particular wetsuit in the SG5 is the type of neoprene used in the chest of the wetsuit and in the back. And that neoprene is actually called solar mesh. And this solar mesh neoprene is 30% warmer than typical nylon covered neoprene. And this solar mesh panel actually acts like a real solar panel in that the heat is trapped in the cells of the neoprene, and it's actually retained in the suit to keep you warmer over time. So it's a proprietary neoprene that Billabong is using here. It's also wind resistant as well as being water resistant. So that's an amazing feature that they provided here as well. So if you look on the back of the wetsuit also, you'll notice the minimal seam design. There's no seam here, which there typically is on older designed wetsuits. And by not having a seam here, you're actually allowing the person to stretch without putting stress on a seam. So you've got a really innovative design. You've got pre-bent knees, if you can look at the knee design. So you've got an anatomically designed wetsuit, and the benefits from that is that you don't get tired in your wetsuit as quickly because it's actually already shaped to the contour of your body. Again, you'll look at the top part here. You've got a nice brim on the hood. You've got super comfortable material inside the top part of the head, and a super stretched neoprene throughout the hood. And you've got a string here that you can actually adjust the tension around your face once you've got the hood on. A lot of people, when they don't want the hood on, they can just push it back and wear it that way as well. I want to just, before I get into the top entry of the wetsuit, I want to show you a little bit more about what you get for your money on the inside of this particular wetsuit, because there are a lot of technical features that we want to explore. So I have a wetsuit over here that's already turned inside out, and this one was without a hood. It's the SG5 without the hood, but it's identical on the interior construction. So we can take a look at this. This is the actual chest panel inside, and this red fuzzy material that's on the chest is actually it's called the furnace lining, and it's in the chest and the back. It's quick drying, it's heat retaining, and it keeps you nice and toasty and warm in the core. What you'll also see on the interior here is more of those reinforced seams. Billabong goes head and shoulders above the rest to go ahead and triple reinforce these seams with these round laminate pieces of nylon, as well as glued and blind stitched seams, and then again that weld on the seam to give you not only a durable seam but also a watertight seam. A couple of things to take a look at. Down here at the wrist, you've got more of that fluid seam. It's really aiding in comfort and durability around the wrist. You see these little bands. This actually grabs onto your skin so that the wetsuit doesn't keep pulling up or pulling down, and it also aids it from helping to blow out the seam as you keep putting your hand through there over time. So it's really great for that. It's on the wrists as well as the ankles. Okay. Another great thing I like to show is this is the interior of the stash pocket, and you can even see that they put the welded seam around that as well, which is really great. So you have a stash pocket on the exterior of the wetsuit where you can put a key and hide your goodies in there, and there's also a little drain hole so that water can drain if it were to accumulate in the little stash pocket, which is really wonderful. You'll also look down here at the lower part of the calf. You have a different type of neoprene that's also very stretchy, again because our calves can get constricted, and they've thought ahead and thought through about what type of neoprene to put in the lower leg, and it's another high-end super stretch neoprene for the lower back end of your leg. I'm going to go ahead and show you again the back. You've got the furnace lining, again the reinforced seals throughout the entire suit. You've also got a, this one, let's go back and look. This is the top entry system, and we can take a closer look at that. So you enter from the top. This is a chest zip wetsuit. And why we have a chest zip design, particularly in these higher density wetsuits, is to really maximize the stretch in your back. If you have a zipper on the back of the wetsuit, you're actually limiting the mobility as we bend and articulate our spine. So when we enter the wetsuit from the top, we actually avoid having to need a zipper on the back at all. And how you would actually enter this wetsuit is you just take it off the hanger. And what I do is I go ahead and I just stick my hand in to the armpit of both armpits, and I flip the suit just like that. So now it looks like a pair of pants. And what that does is it gets the shoulders out of the way and lets me enter the wetsuit even easier than a back entry wetsuit, because I can just put this on like a pair of pants, bring it up to my mid-chest, and then go ahead and put my arm in the armholes and bring the wetsuit up over the shoulders. And once you have it up over the shoulders, when you're ready, you can go ahead and flip the hood over your head and zip across the chest. So it's a really great innovative design, again, giving you more flexibility in the back than you typically would if you had a back zip entry. It's really a matter of preference. Back zips are relatively easy to get into. Top zips, I feel, are the same way, but it's really up to you what your preference is. This particular wetsuit comes in only one color. They made it in solid black. And you can check out more details on our website. Again, you can look at the really durable knee pads. There might be some features I've left out, but this is an absolutely fantastic wetsuit. We highly recommend it. And it's one of the warmest suits that we offer, and it's one of the warmest suits on the market. This is the Billabong SG5.